Hello, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your co-pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our flight into this galaxy of Chinese language domain. And I try to make sense to building this constellation for you by just one expression a day, so that I can see how the same character are used in different expressions. So yesterday we talked about horses non-stop hoofing. It's a noun, but we use it as a verb, like not stopping their hoofing, not stop running. So it's a non-stop. And today we're going to continue with the horse image. Well, I forgot to highlight. So horse is the same horse. And we have an action here. 下马威下. This is a symbol, like a symbolic construction. So this horizontal line is your benchmark. And then you have a line below it, like pointing downward. And you have a line sideways, also like diagonally pointing downward. So this character can mean both the static positioning of one thing below another, your benchmark, or you are going to change your status. So from here, you are pointing down, going downward. So it could be both a trend and or dynamic or static, right? In any case, either it's placement of below or it's a movement that's moving downward. It's we use that in one character to express. So what that is decided in the context. So here we have a horse and you have down. It cannot mean like not exactly reasonable to be below the horse, right? It has to be the action of going down or climbing down the horse. So 下马 means get off the horse. So horse was a transportation, like a major transportation method for, I guess, people of a certain social status back then can afford a horse. Otherwise, it's on foot everywhere, right? So if somebody can afford to ride on a horse to travel anywhere, and then when it's reached the destination, that's 下马, off the horse. And okay, so now we got that part clear. Wait, this is a tough one that I humbly invite the viewers to join me into figuring out what this word was constructed, like how it was constructed this way. I can tell you the components here, but like how it makes sense to get this meaning is what I couldn't figure out exactly. So wait, altogether in today's world, it means dignity or pride, or we often say 微风 with 风 wind. So it's almost like you have that air of dignified presence in the space. So that's kind of way like revered. You are respected. People, when you get into the room, people look at you, with that respect in their eyes. That's kind of way. But the word came from this figure. I mean, we know this is stick figure is human figure, right? But oftentimes we use this curved line over here to mean it's a woman. So the whole thing here, this structure, I think it's a 3 strokes. So 1, 2, 3. That means woman, a female figure. So with a curve there, right? And then this portion we talked about before, it's kind of a space. So semi-open space. It's like a corner of that space. It could mean a sheltered space over here, right? And then there's a horizontal line. I couldn't explain that. I don't know why there's a horizontal line on top of the woman. So probably it's a headgear to mean this is a special woman. Could be, right? And then this structure, like almost like a slanted X, right? Like that. And then with this hook thing on the top. This is in Chinese by itself. Just cut out the left portion, just by the right side. It means it sounds like a gu. It's a type of weaponry. So it's often used in the wartime. So I don't know like how the structure looked, but that's captured in the language. Whenever we see this, we know it's related to weapon, to fighting, to, you know, really violent situation. So now you have a space, right? Half enclosed space, a woman figure, probably important woman with a headgear, and then you have weaponry over there. How come this three components come together to mean dignity? I have two imagined interpretations that one is what I like. It's like the woman hold up the weapon to defend her home. So that's the kind of dignity we talk about, that you cannot offend her because she's the weaker gender or whatever, like defenseless. No, she has her own armorry, to weaponry to defend her, you know, her space, basically. So that's a kind of dignity. And another one is a bad one. It's almost like a domestic violence scenario, if you want to imagine that way. So woman defenseless, the weaponry is somebody else is using that weaponry against on this woman to show like who is the boss there. Okay, so that's the kind of way, but both ways kind of passing down the line to mean it's somebody's dignity, like you cannot strip off somebody's dignity. Okay, so 下马威, how come climbing down the horse or offboarding horse is becomes an expression, and today is a 3-character expression. It's not regular 4. So this does come from like ancient times when new government officials were dispatched to a local government somewhere, and that government official once took off, like off board, travel, like long distance travel from the horse. Normally, I mean, I would imagine if it is a higher enough official, it will be like in a cart, right? It's like comfortably travel. But if it's not that higher rank, it's the official was going to ride on a horse himself. So once he got off the horse, facing the people he's going to govern, that's the first impression he's going to make. So he is going to kind of try to show who's the boss here. So that's a kind of way we're using here to send a message or send a signal as the first impression of this person that you cannot take lightly. So this is a big deal here, even if it's new. It's only just offboarding the horse, but it's showing you that it got power. It can give you instruction orders. You have to follow him. So that's a kind of 下马威. So I translate it as first impression. Not really means that it's didn't capture this way concept here, but I do capture the first, like the beginning, the introduction of you facing a new group of people, or actually here, oftentimes it's use of some new officials or somebody newly promoted to this place or newly hired to this position. In modern days, we can only see in an organization, right? It's not that in the context of a new government officials governing you, not that authoritarian domain anymore. But here, if in contemporary life, it would be like somebody newly hired or promoted, and then that person have to make the first impression somehow to show that that person is capable, or that person has the upper hand over you. That's the kind of way, like, who's the boss here. So I'm just using the horse artistic horse made of drift woods, like some artists collect such drift woods and piece it together into images, into sculptures, and that's a beautiful structure there. That's the kind of 下马威 we talked about, cashing to the currency of thinking, just one word a day. I'm Sophie, see you another day.